guys, hope you're having a great day today. Today is Thursday. Happy Thursday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going well. It's not going to be a sunny day. I think it's anticipation of rain today, but that's okay. It's still going to be a good day. So what I'm doing different in today's vlog is I'm out here outside. Normally you hear all those cars on the highway, and my hope is that you're not hearing those right now. So I've got myself a wireless mic. So ZIRCONIA, they have supplied me with a microphone to try out this to see if this helps. I know when I film certain things, like outside, people are like, it's so distracting, I hear the cars. Or when I'm in the house filming, they're like, I can hear the ice machine humming in the background. And I'm sure it doesn't affect everybody, it just depends on what kind of device you're listening on or whatever. So I thought, you know what, let me try this. It's the trial run. It's where I'm gonna have to do this, and I have to go inside, take my memory stick out here, and then go see if it even filmed anything. So I'm hopeful for that. So I will let you know how my ZIRCONIA wireless thing is today. I'll do it sitting down to see how it films, and then if it works, then I'll do it while I'm cooking to see how that goes. So today I thought I would do a little Q&A. So I've got some questions. I've kind of saved them on my phone, and then I went over on my social media on Instagram and Facebook and asked a question. If anybody wanted to ask a question, I would answer it. I thought this is a good way to do a filler video in during the week because I don't have a lot going on today to just share with you guys, so I thought that would be a good thing. So lots of questions. I know I won't get to every single one, but I will share as many as I can today. So first thing first, everybody wanted to know where I've been. So it's been a week now, and you've already know that I'm back now consistently, but I apologize. I took those few days off and didn't give any warning, didn't give anything, just wasn't able to film anything. So you go through things in life. We all do. Every person does. And it's not that I'm tired of YouTube and I'm tired of any of that stuff. Love doing it, love being here, love sharing, love being able to encourage you on your day when you're doing your things. And so it's just that, just the situation in life just had to take a break. But I'm back, and I've been back consistently since last Thursday. So hopefully no more disrupts on that end of mine. So my apologies that I didn't even say anything where I was at. One question here was from Claire, number 4. She said, what type of careers do your children want? So my children, my oldest child, Ashlyn, she actually has completed her master's degree. And so very cool in education. And so she actually works in the whole elementary, or in the teaching realm, the elementary educational system. That's where she works. She doesn't teach classes. She did for a while, but now she's over top of a big variety of schools and what she does, and she enjoys that very, very much. And so that's the career she has taken to do, and she loves it, and that's a good thing. And so all my kids are different. Than my son Colin, he is a hands-on skilled tradesman like his father, so he enjoys working in the machine shops, doing those sort of things. Lauren has taken the approach for her career to be a stay-at-home mom and loves being at home, loves having little Samuel, and absolutely loves doing those things. And then I have Evan. Evan's coming, we're in that adulthood where he's trying to figure out what he wants to do, and I know that God's going to lead him into the direction exactly where he needs to be. He's getting his skills, gaining his skill sets, and getting to where he needs to be in the world. And the rest of them, I don't know yet. They're young. I don't like to say what careers, when you're 10 years old, you're like, I want to be a fireman. I don't know. I don't know what they'll do. It's whatever God has for them and whatever path they take in their life. It doesn't matter to me. Like I said, some take the college route, some choose to not, some choose to stay home. So whatever they want to be, hey, I'm in supporting with whatever kind of vision God is putting in their hearts to do it. And so just to be successful in their life and be content and be happy, because when you're following your own dreams, you're never content. You're always constantly trying to do this and do this to make it be content. But when you're following God's plan for you, you can rest and be confident in what you're doing is right. So that's always my go-to for them, whatever God has for you. Don't go off on your own. Not every good idea is a God idea. You have to do your own searching with God to figure it out. So whatever careers, I don't know, whatever they choose to have. Colleen, I'm sorry, I'm trying to see these things without glasses. They're so tiny. Colleen Aramu. She said, hi from South Africa. What's your family's favorite meal you cook for them? Not everybody has a favorite all around, I don't think. I don't think there's anything they're like, oh, it's our favorite meal. Tacos, always a winner for our family. Flatbread tacos, I feel like goes over really well with everybody. Everybody loves flatbread tacos too. Spaghetti is good as long as I don't do it in all the time. Well, actually, no, that can't be family because there's a couple that don't even like the red sauce spaghetti. I would say tacos. And it's nothing special, just tacos or flatbread tacos. Always a winner with everybody. I have just a variety of people that just don't love everything the same. So I think tacos would be their ultimate favorite, I guess, if I were to choose something for everybody to like. And then Emma J, N-I-C-H, niche. She said, I just have missed this, but grandbaby update. So yes, have a grandbaby, love our grandbaby, but have chosen not to put him on social media. So that was just the choice that family made, and that's good. Okay, the internet is a wonderful thing, wonderful tools. I'm on here. This is me and my life, what I do, but not so much my kids in their life. And so as they, in their home, they might be on a few videos, they might do their things, but you know what, at the end of the day, they still have to live their lives out, and people see, and oh, your mom does YouTube, and not everybody wants to be doing that, and that's quite all right, and they can change, and that's where people do YouTube, and then they stop because they're tired of being on social media all the time, and they want to get lost doing things. So it's just whatever, but he's growing and doing well, getting big, sitting up, scooting, starting to crawl around, so being a big little boy. Looks like, I feel like he looks a lot like Matthew and has his traits versus Lauren's traits, so, but they are doing quite well, and he is very cute, very sweet little boy, so little Samuel, love that. Megan29681 says, how long are you going to be doing YouTube for? I don't know. How long am I going to be doing YouTube for? I don't know. I have no plan. I don't have a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan at all. I didn't even really have a YouTube plan. That was not my intentions when I started doing this. I wanted to start it out and I wanted to be able to share. I did blogging where I wrote things out, and then I can write, but I feel like I'm better speaking versus writing. I may talk really fast for those of you that have a hard time keeping up with my fast talking ways, but I feel like I can speak better than I can write, if that makes sense. And so I started blogging, and then it just opened up a whole world that I would have never have imagined or thought in my life. So did I have plans for YouTube? No, not at all, but God has plans, and I just trust His. I trust His, and I just every day get up and like, all right, God, what do I have to do today? And so He's never said, don't do YouTube. He hasn't said, you're going to cut this off, or any of those things. Will He do that tomorrow? Maybe, I don't know. But the greatest thing I've learned that when He does say, don't do this and do this, like it's peaceful and you're content with it. So will I be doing it forever? Maybe. But will I be doing it until I'm older and much grayer? Maybe. I don't know. But you know what? Tomorrow it could end too. So being obedient to God and what He has for me, that's the plan that I like to do in my life. And wherever that takes me is a good place to be. Okay, so I had to run inside. I pulled the footage off here real quick just to make sure it was filming, because I would hate to get through my entire video and go, oh, they didn't film anything. So it's going good, sounds good. I'm not hearing the cars. That's a good thing. All right, back to questions. Megan29681 says, any more freezer meal videos? Probably not so much in the summer. Maybe, I don't know. It just depends on how life goes. I don't usually, like, freezer meals were really good back in the day. Way back in the day, no. They just work for different times and seasons of my life. We don't live by freezer meals. They're great, but it just depends on what season I'm in my life. In the summer, I don't have as much demands as I do through the school year. So I might not do any more freezer meals until the school year starts. I don't know. It just depends. It's not like I go, oh, I have to have 10 freezer meals in my freezer. No, I just do whatever I can do in my life. I know it just depends on seasons and how you do things. Like back in the day, it was awesome having 30 meals in my freezer. I didn't have to worry about anything, but it just doesn't happen all the time, and there's no need for it right now. So I don't have any freezer meals just yet. I don't know. I could change. I could change all tomorrow and do it. Who knows? Just not right now. And Megan again says, what's your plans after the kids are gone? I don't know. My kids were talking about that last night, and I'm like, I'll probably do DoorDash every single day and sit out in my pool and just wake up whenever I want and do nothing, read, listen to things, and just enjoy. But I don't know what it'll be. I'm sure I'll be doing things. I hope to be involved in my kids' life. I hope to be doing things like that. Will I be doing YouTube? I don't know what life's going to bring. So no plans. Again, I don't have a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan. I'm just like, all right, what am I doing today? What's my goal today for that? How do you stay motivated daily? By Bannister Thorne. How do I stay motivated daily? Because I know what I have to do each day. That's the bottom line. I know that, like, I have to get up and I have to get my house in order. And if I don't get up and get my filming done early, I'm going to be stuck all day filming, and I'm not going to have time with my kids. I know that I have to get up and get my things done so that I can spend that time with my kids. I know that I have to get up and do things with my kids. I know that if I don't do certain things, by the end of the day, I'm going to be behind and I'm not going to have time for my husband. So I just know what I got to do and just do it. So are there days I want to do nothing? Yeah, there's days I want to do nothing. And I do. I'll do things like I'll get some things done, and then I'll take a break, and that's okay. So I try to keep it, I try not to go to the point of like so far one way exhaustion where I have to feel like I have to take off days on end. I don't ever like to get to that. But I try to daily, I'm a human, known fail. I try to daily, like, okay, give myself a break. Like this week has been, a little bit back into life, and so I've been trying to do taking breaks and like, okay, by the afternoon, by 2, usually about 3 o'clock, I'm like, well, let me go in the pool for an hour and a half. Let me get outside in that sunshine in the pool. So forcing myself to get outside and doing that, not forcing myself to go in my pool because it's such a hard thing to do. But no, like trying to get my work done. And even if I'm not done, going, okay, you know what? Take a break. Go take a break for an hour and coming outside and relaxing by the pool. So just setting that up to give myself that so I consistently have it and then don't feel like I never get it. You know what I mean? So if some days are really busy and I can't, then the next day I go, okay, you know what? Make sure you get that break so that you don't get worn out or you don't get run down by things. And so breaking it up helps hugely. Breaking up your chores, breaking up your routine, breaking up your life, everything you do, and spreading it out over the week helps a lot on things. Christina Berry, 1956 says, does it get hotter up the mountain? No, it's actually cooler on the mountains. So it's hot in the south, but it's cooler in the mountains. If you go to South Carolina, which is that way, and you go down the mountain, it is hot, 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 and it's gorgeous. Like I haven't seen, like our temperature this week was at we have that weather station I got for Greg, was like 98 here this last week. Love it. And I don't think I've ever seen it be 100 here. I could be totally wrong, but I don't think it's ever been 100 here in my area. But we've gone to South Carolina and it's been 100. 105. And so that is like down the mountain with no mountains for coolness is hot. So up on the mountains is where people go for reprieve from the heat. So I know like over in Charleston and down in South Carolina, like our little town and area, like people came from those areas to come to get a breather from that sweltering heat because the mountains are cooler. So it gets, it's hot if you're open, like right here in the sun where I'm sitting, our pool, there's little shade spot or a sunshine spot. So it gets hot, 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 hot right here. But when the sun goes down, it gets cool up on the mountain. So it does. It's not like it's awful, but it's hotter than the north, but it's not as hot as down in the flatlands. Okay, another question from, well, I don't even know, Y-A-T-A-E Doe? Yade Doe? Favorite book recommendations for homemaking or parenting? Is there any one favorite? Let me know. There's the great book for raising kids. You know, I don't think I've ever found a book that is spot on for raising kids. You might get lucky if you have 1 or 2 kids and you read a parenting book and you raise your kids that way and they turn out like the book says. Maybe, but not often. Having a large family has allowed me to see that you can raise every single children in the same household with the same rules, the same ideals, the same things, and guess what? They're all going to do their own thing. It's just a natural part of life and how we have the free will to do what we want. So is there any book based on the right parenting advice? No, but I do remember a few books, and I don't know what the names were because they were a long time ago. And one of the books was written on the importance of knitting your heart with your children. And I don't even know what the book was called. But what I've learned over the years, like, and I'm not a perfect parent, not at all, screw up all the time. Have to keep going back, checking myself, asking God, repenting, saying I'm sorry to my kids. Part of life, it just happens, but what I've learned over the years is it's so important to make sure you have your children know their heart is content, or with you, that you have their heart. You know what I mean? Like that's so important to know because they might go through crazy situations in life, but if they know that your heart is with them and that you believe in them, you love them unconditionally and you love those things, like that helps those bumpy life things that happen like go so much better. You'll still go through bumpy life. Oh yeah, you might go through explosion life or a complete upheaval, but if at the end of the day they know that their heart is safe, I think that makes all the difference. And the same thing in your marriage, right? Like if you don't have your spouse doesn't have your heart and you don't have your husband's heart, he doesn't have your heart, like there's no real connection because you don't feel like you can trust. You just feel like alone with that. So I don't even know. Maybe it's something like tying heartstrings, or I'm thinking that's coming to mind. I don't know if that was a book or what, but I do remember reading that at one time and going, that is the most important. Have I failed at it? Oh yeah. Am I perfect? No. But what I've learned going through kids and different things, and because kids go through things just like we do, that having their heart is so, so important versus raising with spanking or not spanking or timeouts or not timeouts or whatever. I don't know. There's so many different ways you can parent, but is there a right way? Absolutely not. Get in your Bible, read your word, get your heart right with God, and parent that way. Huge difference. And then for homemaking, I've learned so much over the years, different things. I've read books and they were more on scheduling my life. And that book, it didn't, I don't schedule my life perfectly, but that helped me get into a routine of having a plan for cleaning and having a plan for cooking and having set things set up in my life. And so I share that a lot of my videos, like those, and there were multiple books about having a schedule and having a set pattern and having, days that you do things. And I've just learned the consistency of having that and knowing what you have to do helps. So is it perfect? No. Is it working every season? Absolutely not. It just depends on your season in life. But I've just found that if I have some kind of generalized idea, that it does help that way. So, any good books? No, I don't have any. I apologize. Lush71 says, before children, what did you work as? By the way, glad you're okay. What did I work as? Back in high school? High school, I was a pizza person. I worked at Hungry Howie's Pizza. Still love Hungry Howie's Pizza. Some people work at food places and go, yuck, yuck, yuck. Myself, love Hungry Howie's Pizza. And we do not, I think, well, actually, I said we don't have one here, but I think there is one in South Carolina somewhere. I remember driving by going, oh my goodness, there's a Hungry Howie's. So, yeah, I worked there for a little bit as a high school student. I worked in an office setting as a high school student. After high school, I worked at a golf club as a waitress and a country club. Did that for a long time. That was really good money to be able to, do things, which was nice. And then, what else? I'm trying to think, what else did I even do? And then I had college. I went to college to do accounting and financing. And then that was what I wanted to do. That's what I probably would still choose to do if I had to get a job, is accounting and financing. That's just, I love that. I love numbers. Love it. Tax time comes. I'm the only one that loves doing taxes because I love crunching numbers. I love trying to make things equal. And that's one of my favorite. Not everybody does. I do. So I would do financing, accounting, maybe one day, as who knows what will happen, but that's what I would do if I wasn't just a stay-at-home mom and YouTube person on here. And then Angie Brockman says, do your older children that are married watch your YouTube channel and food prep like mom? No, they don't. Not all of them. I don't know. Sometimes they watch. They don't always. I don't expect my kids to watch my videos at all. Some of my younger ones started watching. I'm like, you watch my YouTube videos? So, like I said, they don't sit and watch mom because, we're living life. But sometimes they'll watch the ones where we might do something for their birthday, things like that. I think older ones, they do a little bit of food prep like Ashlyn does. It's just different. You don't have to do freezer meals and all those things because she doesn't have 10 kids to take care of, but it's just her and her husband. But she does do meal prep. So I know she has all that stuff written out. Like I think at one time I asked her for a recipe and some food ideas because I always get them from everybody, and she gave me like a whole Google spreadsheet of ideas, and I'm like, that is so cool. So she's very organized that way. So she does do meal prep that way. Lauren does it to a degree as well, not too much because she's at home, she doesn't have to. And so it just depends on what they're doing, but no, they don't have to. Yasmin Forehand says, I have 7 kids, the oldest is 9, and we homeschool. Any tips on the best way to organize kids' closets and keep tidy? Life, the best way that I've learned over the years when I had little ones, less is best. Less is best. And having a central location. I remember seeing people and they would have a closet room, and I'm like, that's the greatest thing ever. I never was able to have a closet room because that's the easiest. Bring all your clothes to one room and set it off. That's awesome. We did not have that option in our home, but I did use 2 closets. We had like an older style house, like a 1960s house. So we just took the doors off the closet, because they were louver doors and everybody pinched their fingers. And then what I did in the closet is I used plastic drawers. And so I used plastic drawers, and I would do their clothing that way. I don't care, girls can wear pants too, but we had girls always in dresses and leggings. That's just what we did. It was easy. Do you have to? No, that was just what we did. So the girls, all their dresses would be hung up. I had a couple for church, and I had like 5 for the week, and that was it. The less, the better. And then I had their drawer for underclothes, like we had underwear. Each age had a different brand of underwear, because when you have a size 2T, a size 3T, a size 4T underwear, it is so hard to try to separate when you are doing laundry yourself. Yeah, I know it is. So if you can get different brands, at least the colors you can kind of figure out. You can mark the tags, go ahead. That just takes more time if you have no other options. That's okay too. But I would get different kinds, like Hanes were one, whatever the other ones are, I don't even know. But if you got different brands, then that was easier to separate the underwear. Socks, I would do the same socks with everybody, as much as you could in the age frame. So when I had little ones, like I might have got obviously they'd have to fit the oldest one, but if you could make them fit the younger one, just being a little bigger, that was easier. We did all one color. It just made life easier. Dark socks worked better for us when we had little ones. I used a lot of knee socks for the kids, and so we just had the same ones, and they just worked. It was like black socks, because then I don't have to worry about bleaching them. They were all easy. So we had the same ones that way, and then they had leggings. So that was it for clothes, and then a drawer for all pajamas. And most of the time it was like t-shirts or long dresses, like long dress, like shirt things. And so That was it for the girls. And the boys had shirts, and they had shorts and pants. And that was it. And we just, again, had a few for the week. My boys, I was very simple with their clothing. Like Walmart sweatpants, they loved them. So we had enough sweatpants for the week, and we had a couple nice pants for the weekend. And that was that for church and stuff. So that was easy myself to be able to put things away. And then that was like I had four, how many kids did I have in a closet? I had 4 kids in a closet. I feel like I had 5 kids. I had 5 kids in a closet. Not that big of a closet, but that's how I organized everything. Less was best. I knew that I had to have enough to get through my laundry for the week. So I had enough underwear to get through the week in case I didn't do laundry. That's how I based my life. When I did everything myself, I went, if I find myself doing laundry more or running out of things, okay, get another pair. I needed like 5 pair of leggings. Maybe I had 3 and I went, oh, that's not enough, get 5. And so we just kept it that way. And then the older ones, as they get older and can take care of their own clothing, they can have their own and hang it all up and do their things. So do we do that now? No, life is totally different now because the kids are older on doing things, and they do their own laundry and they hang their own stuff up. So they don't just have 5 outfits, they have a lot of outfits. But that was how I organized their things. And the clear plastic drawers, just put them away. That was how we did things. It just worked for our family. Coffee with Rosaline. I'm exhausted from motherhood. How do I cope with burnout? Yes, you and every other woman in America want to know that answer. How do you cope with burnout? Is you try not to get burned out. You know what you're doing. I was home with the kids. Greg was working a lot of hours when we had a lot of little kids. Life was different, and so we had to survive. And so I was doing all of them myself, just the way I had to do it. So I had to, there were times and seasons where I felt like just numb, just getting through my day was enough. It was just like, all right, sleep, wake up, feed the baby, shower. I had a routine. Having the routine, I think, helps because you know what you have to look forward to. There was times when it was just like, oh my goodness, I'm going to make this. But I made sure to try to take care of myself by going to have a spa day. No, that doesn't happen. It didn't happen back then. But okay, maybe it was just stepping outside in the sunshine for 10 minutes. I know it sounds weird, but when you have little kids, sometimes you can't. And then as I was able to take them for a walk, as much as it was a pain in the butt to load everybody up in the strollers, we had a 4-kid stroller, literally a 4-kid stroller. A lot of work to load them up. But you know what? It was more work to load them up, get them set, feed the baby, get them in there, and then went for a walk. And that was good to get out. As life got easier, I was able to get up before them. That didn't happen all the time. Sometimes I stayed up late. It just depends on what the season in life is. It's just trying to get those little moments so you don't feel burnout. Having that schedule helped hugely because I knew what I had to do. Later on, when winter came and there was times not to get out and do anything, I made sure to schedule in the afternoon a quiet time. So everybody in the household, no matter what was going on, everybody was having quiet shutdown time for an hour or 2 hours. I think it was 2 hours, from 1 to 3. My house shut down. No, we didn't answer the door. We didn't answer the phone. We didn't do anything. This was before cell phones. We didn't do anything. So, and in that time, I might have taken a nap for about a half hour or 45 minutes, whatever I could, and then I got up and had some quiet time for myself, maybe a shower if I didn't get one, and then maybe took some time with maybe an older child that I wasn't able to spend time with. So you just got to look for those. Do you get to get out and do your nails? No, I have my nails done now, but I never did them before. I remember looking at my girlfriend, and she'd be over there doing a pedicure, and I'm like, you have time to cut your toenails? Wow, I like it. And I feel jealous because I wasn't able to do anything besides put a ponytail in my hair. So it just depends on your season. So it gets to be a lot. It really, really does. And if you don't have help outside of home, I survived it. I'm telling you, I survived doing it alone. Greg, like I said, he would come home and he'd be tired, and then we would try to get out on the weekends doing things. But for most of the time, it was me doing it. So you just have to look at it, and you can't look at your friends. You can't look at anybody else's situation. You have to go, okay, this is mine. What am I going to do with it? Are you going to thrive with it, or are you going to fail at it? You got to thrive. So, and we didn't go out a lot. We didn't do anything. We were at home, me and all the children. So you can make it. I promise you. I did, and I'm still here. So you will too. Any good money saving tricks to save money when having a young family? Why smarten? Is there any good tricks? The way I looked at it when we just had one income coming in is, yes, it's easy to take your husband's paycheck, your family paycheck, and just spend it all on whatever you want. Break it up and say, okay, I have $300 for groceries. That's what I'm going to spend. But if you can be a good manager of your home and go, okay, I have $300 for groceries. What can I take out of my groceries this month and maybe make homemade or substitute so that I can have a little bit extra food that month, or extra grocery money that month or that week? That was what I did. This was before YouTube, when I was a young mom. I would go to the library and find any book on homemaking. I got a lot of those Hints from Heloise books, and I would look up different tips and things to try to save money and find frugal meals. I think the Tightwad Gazette. Do you remember that? Tightwad Gazette. That was a book. I remember that. I remember getting the magazine in the mail, Tightwad Gazette, which is so weird. But things like that. And so learning different tricks on how to save money and then implementing them. Not going, okay, I deserve these expensive meals. No, what can we do to cut down on food? Like by me managing, like for myself, it was a goal. It was a goal to say, how frugally can we live? Because that was a direct representation of my character, just like my husband going to work and being good at his work. What can I do as being a keeper at home? How can I make this money stretch in our family? So that was always my goal. Can you always do that? No, if you got little kids and there's no way you can think about being frugal on things, you just do what you can do. But I know we had diapers at one time. We were spending $150 in diapers and wipes every month. I know, I remember getting huge boxes of diapers and wipes. All right, so then when tax time came, because you had abundance of money, we invested in cloth diapers, and we spent a couple hundred in cloth diapers. Is it more work? Absolutely, but it cut down on that $150 every single month. So my thought was, all right, for 2 months, if I use them for 2 months, it pays for them. Well, obviously I used them way more than 2 months. So things like that, you look at it and go, what can I do without to make it a little bit better? Food for breakfast, is it all this cereal? Having all this cereal is a lot of money. So can I get a big giant bulk thing of oatmeal? And we learned to love oatmeal, even though nobody loves it, but they will eventually. Okay, and then just make steps like that. Can I learn to shut lights off? Can I learn to do these things? And there's so many tips you can do to save money. Just make that a goal to look at how can you cut back on the money that you're spending in the home. All right, Luna Soul 1980 says, your skin looks fabulous. What face skincare do you use? Nothing. Sunshine and water. I'm getting old. I don't have perfect skin, but I don't do anything. My girls are all into, I'm in the sun right now. See if we can go right here. My girls are so funny because they're at the teenage age and they're into the right skin stuff for their right pH and all this stuff. And myself, nothing. Nope, I use water. I started buying makeup wipes. I haven't ever bought those in my life just because I started doing more eye makeup. Did I before? No, I didn't, because when you have little kids, who has time to do makeup? But started doing some eye makeup. So I use eye makeup remover things, and then I use water. That's it. When I was a teenager, I used to use, what was that, St. Ives apricot scrub? Do you guys remember that? Like the sand stuff? Oh, that was the best stuff ever. I would use that to scrub my skin, like when I had an acne breakout, but no, I don't. I don't use sunscreen. I don't use anything. I don't even, moisturizer, if my face is dry in the summer or the winter, but not very often do I use, no, I don't. Sorry, there's no nothing. I just sit in the sun. I love the sun. I absolutely love the sun. And I use water. That's it. That's how I maintain my skincare. Is that for everybody? No, not for everybody. Even my hair. People are like, you wash your hair once a week? No, I wash my hair every single day of my life. Every day of my life, I wash my hair. I use Ren Pure coconut cream shampoo. I've been using it for years, every single day. Every day. Does it make my hair drier? No. It makes it the same. It hasn't changed. But is that for everybody? Absolutely not. Everybody has different skin. Everybody has different hair. But that's what I use for my own self. Official Anna Ligam. Have you and Greg ever struggled in your marriage or thought about divorce? So yeah, we're humans. We're humans just like everybody else. Do we have the perfect marriage? No, we don't. I'm not a perfect person. He is not a perfect person. We are imperfect people trying to figure out life together. So do we struggle? Yeah, we do. We definitely do in our life. So part of life, everybody does. You're not going to be, you're two people doing two things. But as long as you have that common goal of Jesus as your center, it's the only way you can move forward. And if you don't have that, is it impossible? No, it's not impossible. You can do things on your end. Is it going to create friction? Absolutely, it's going to create friction. But what I've learned over the years is that if you just put God as your focus in life and trust Him with everything, I'm talking everything, your kids, your health, your marriage, your friends, your finances, your job, everything, your mental well-being, everything in your life, and really, really do trust Him with that. Like, God will equip you with things, and God will help you with things. That's what I've learned in my walk over the years. Do I get it right every time? No, I'm an imperfect person. Do I fail and mess up? Yes, but I'm thankful for God's grace to be able to go, okay, I failed here. So how can I get back up and try it again, and then be able to do it again? That's always a good thing, that He has that grace and that love that He extends to us That even when we do mess up, he's like, here, you know what? I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you get through this. I'm here to help you through these areas, instead of just like running away and just wanting to go hide, because we all feel like that, right? Like we all feel like we want to just hide. There's days I want to go hide. I want to go hide and disappear. I want to go climbing the rock and just be done. But I know, okay, I know that what God is putting inside of me, and knowing that and trusting that and not doubting it. Because when you doubt, when you go, you start looking at the blahs in your life and the negative in your life, and you go, all right, I don't have this. I don't have this. I see this happening. You lose sight of the plan that God has for you, and it's so easy to get down. And so it's so easy to go, and then you're just doubting God. It's like, I don't want to doubt God for what he has. And when you start questioning the thoughts the enemy gets in your head, it's so easy to run down that path. So staying off that path is a huge thing. Best thing I can do in life is get in God's word. I'll say it over and over and over and over again. That is the only reason that I do what I do. The only reason why I do what I do is because of him. Nothing else. I cannot make myself to be motivated enough in a day. I cannot make myself get up and be happy for you every single day. I cannot make myself get up and bring encouragement to you every day. Absolutely not, because myself wants to just hide under a tree some days. Myself wants to lash out. Myself wants to go off on things that are going wrong in my life. But I don't want to live by myself. I want to live by, what is God having me do? God has given me a platform here. What do I want to do with that? Do I want to pour about the miserableness of life? No, because is there miserable of life? Yeah, life happens. I've got 10 kids. Absolutely, I'm going to have drama. I'm married for a long time. Absolutely, I'm going to have drama. I'm doing YouTube, and that brings a whole slew of other problems with it. But do I want to live my life by those few voices in the air that are going around, and focus on those? No. I want to live my life for what God has for me. I want to live my life for whatever God is going to put into my life and bring into my life, or the people that he wants me to impact in my life, the encouragement he wants to give. I want to be living for that. That's what I care about. All this other stuff is just fluff. And it can be fluff, it can be miserable fluff, but if I make sure my focus is on him, at the end of the day, I can rest going, all right, thank you, God. I did what I did. I did what I was supposed to do, and rest in that. You know, I'm not going to be on my deathbed when I'm old and gray and living with doubts and regrets. I don't want to, you know, most people wish they would have done this, wish they would have spent this, wish they would have done these things. Like, I'm like living my life with zero regrets. Like I don't have regrets. I don't wish I did this, or wish I didn't do this, or wish I would have done more of this. It's like, I want to live with, what do you have for me today, God? So important to get up every single day, getting in his word and reading it. Do I have to be listen all day long? No. Is it better? Yes, it is. What am I doing with my time? What am I doing with my extra time that I have in my life? Am I just wasting on things that don't even matter, or not even going to bring me anything in my life? Or am I focusing on the Lord and the good things that he has, so I can become stronger of a person, so I can become better of a person? That, to me, has been my goal in my life. It has, because I realize that I get more satisfaction from that, and a lot more peace from that, and a lot more contentment from that, versus like all this other stuff going on. So that would be my hope for you, is that when you're struggling with things, and even when things are going great, is that you recognize your need for Jesus as a Savior, your need to have a relationship with Jesus, and your need to be able to get in his word and follow it, and to do what he says, and to have that on a daily basis, because it'll change your life. And you can hear people say it'll change your life, it'll do these things, but it really, really does, when you really do apply it, and when you really make it a central focus in your life, no matter what's going on around you, no matter what is going on around you, because you can have storms. I've had storms. I can still go through things that are just mind-blowing, but guess what? When I'm right there walking with God, I'm under that umbrella, and he's walking me through it. And the storms are there. I'm still getting wet. Oh yeah, I'm getting wet, hearing that lightning, hearing all those things. But guess what? God is protecting, keeping me through those things, and I'm going to walk through that. I'm going to walk through it and come out on the other side with that sunshine. And you can too. That's the great thing about God. And you'll become stronger. You'll become more equipped. You'll become better, more confident in going, all right, God, you did it. You're going to do it. You're going to keep me. You're going to take care of me no matter what. And that is my message for you, that he is good. He is good always. Our job is to stay focused on that, because it's easy to get off. It is so easy to get thrown off on a different rail. I know. Oh, I know this. I've been a Christian for a while, and it is so easy to get thrown off on the wrong point. I know these things, and that's why it's so important to keep in it. It's so important to keep in your fellowship. It's so important to keep in godly fellowship, and so important to keep in his word every day, and to pray, and to take those times with him, and to speak to him, and to let him speak to you, and to praise him, worship him, all those things, all so important things in your life. That is my hope always, to always direct you toward the Lord, to say, look, this is what he'll do for you. This is what he'll do in your life, and he'll change it. He'll change it, and there's many people on here that are watching that do that in their life, and they see it. So if you're struggling with that, that is my hope and prayer, is that you will be able to recognize and go, okay, I need God as my Savior. I need him then. He will get me through it, because he will, and it's pretty awesome. It really is. It is. It can go through things, but you're going through things right now, right? You're going through things right now with no hope, and it's just feeling like a loss. But when you got somebody that's taking care of you, so much better, so much better. Awesome. I think I'm done with my Q&A for the day. I don't even know how much I've got in here. Probably a lot of words. I'm going to have to go in and edit it. So hopefully you enjoyed it and answered some questions. If there's any more, leave them below, and I will, maybe I'll do another one next week. So just as a video and during the week. So you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Remember, you are designed, you are created, and you are selected by God to do great, wonderful things on this earth. And once you walk in that path, nobody can take that away from you. You will have that perfect peace that transcends anything, knowing God has you and where you're at. So have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Tomorrow is going to be what? Some food. We got some Gather Your Fragment Friday. We'll be making some food tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.